In today's video, things are about to change here for me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the question that I got around how to get the fat off your obliques. And I'm going to talk about what's actually about to happen here. And I think you guys are really going to like it. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Rebella from ProPhysique.com. And if you haven't been following me for very long, I've been doing YouTube videos for over 16 years now, and while they may have started out as an opportunity to kind of just document things, and I just threw a bunch of content on there, whether it was me playing sports or me playing guitar, what I really found exciting for me was when I started documenting my journey to being a competitive natural bodybuilder. And that's continued, and to the point where you guys have blessed me with over 600,000 subscribers of people who are just interested in learning about how to lose body fat. And I don't want to toot my own horn and say about doing it the right way, but I will say this, there's a lot of information out there that can seem at times overwhelming. And what I've tried to do is bring that information into a format that makes sense for you, okay? There's a lot of talk about the evidence-based approach, about the carnivore diet, about fasting, and what I like to do is just bring you guys along my journey with me and show you the anecdote of someone who's a coach, who's helped thousands of people, who runs transformation challenges, who's had a company for more than a decade that's been successful, but also someone that's just doing it himself. And that's what's about to change. This year, I'm turning 50. And if you would have asked me in my 20s, I would have said, that's old. That's really old. I don't feel old. I actually feel amazing. And I think this is something that I want to share with you guys is like the lifestyle that I lead. While, it is based around, I do like to go to the gym and lift weights. Listen, guys, I still go out and I have my margaritas. I still have my fun. But what I want to dedicate a little bit of time to this year is getting back to the basics of bodybuilding, getting back to the basics of being really dedicated. So I want to show you the meals that I eat, the workouts that I do, the struggles that I go through on my journey back to a bodybuilding stage. Now, I don't have a date set for that. Ultimately, it'll probably be later in the year, but I also want to help you guys. So today's question is going to be related around that, but I want to know what your guys' questions are because I'm going to get back to doing daily uploads. I've got a really nice new setup here in my gym. I got a fancy red light back there. I got a gym here. I got my man George on the other side of this camera. We're testing out some things with lighting and with recording, but the goal here is to be able to consistently upload, to really just show you the day-to-day operations of what it takes to be successful. What kind of cardio do we do? What kind of training do we do? And I think what I want to remove is the idea that it's difficult. And while it can be difficult to change the person you are to become the person that looks the way you want to look, it's not difficult in the means of it's not complicated, right? There are not these crazy rules that you have to follow. It doesn't have to be a struggle, okay? So we're going to go through that. So we're going to start by just addressing today's question, which is this. I'm at a plateau. I want to get ripped. Get rid of the fat on my obliques. Do I work them out or fast and work out harder? You say you only walk. I play soccer and play racquetball. And the guy has a picture here, which you can see on the screen, and he's already in fantastic shape. And I think this is where many people get to. A lot of the questions I get are around, hey coach, I've lost a lot of weight. How do I get that final little bit of fat off? And the first thing that came to mind when I read this was like, oh, this person believes that to lose the fat here, you train here, okay? Do you train the obliques? Do you do like some twisting motions? Do you do more crunches? As a baseball player, maybe, you're rotating more and that's why you have obliques. There are muscles there, right? The muscles that are underneath our skin, the rectus abdominis, the oblique muscles, all these, the serratus muscles, these muscles can all hypertrophy and grow bigger, but that's not going to make them show until you take that layer of fat that you have between the muscles and the epidermis and bring it down to near zero. And so that is done not through specifically exercise. While exercise may burn some calories, the calories and the body fat that you burn are going to come off in a pattern, much like how water comes out of a pool, okay? If I'm taking water out of a pool and my obliques are at the bottom of that pool, I don't get to just take a bucket, go to the bottom of the pool and throw that water out. Guess what? The water just lowers and lowers. And so the fat is then coming off areas of my body that, while it's probably nice, hey, my jawline looks a little better. Hey, look, I got a little bit of a rear delt going here. This part is probably going to be towards the end of that fat loss phase. And I've often heard people tell me like, wow, I didn't think I would have to get back to a weight that I weighed in high school to have the look that I want to have, but that's probably reality for most people, unless you put on a considerable amount of lean body mass, which, you know, that's been my goal since day one, is to put on muscle. So I want to explain to you that losing that is about creating a caloric deficit. There is no magic diet. There is no magic cardio. There is no magic approach, whether it be one meal a day, the carnivore diet, the keto diet. They can all get you there. They are all methods of changing what you're currently doing. And for some people, some methods may work better than others. I have never prescribed to the idea of taking an approach that is not an approach that I want to follow for the rest of my life. While I like high intensity cardio and I like carnivore foods like steak and eggs, I don't want that to be my entire identity, okay? I've been able to create a physique, and listen, this is me at, I think, 215 pounds at 49 years old, lifetime natural, and I'm about to get shredded, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. I still enjoy a drink every now and then. I still enjoy my Pop-Tarts, okay? I understand that carbohydrates are valuable. I eat at whatever times of the goddamn day I wanna eat at, and I still reach my goals. The reason I get passionate about these topics is because I think this is where people get confused, and people will even ask me if they see me in public, hey, what are you doing? Why did you buy that food? Why are you drinking this drink? It's not about the single thing that you're doing. It's about the other 23 hours a day that you're not doing the things right, okay? So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna break it down, but I just wanna give you guys the framework for what's about to happen. The channel is about to really get going. A lot of people watching these videos aren't subscribed. Subscribe for me today because I want to get excited about this year ahead. And it starts right now with you guys. So give me your questions. I'm gonna be breaking down things in great detail. I'm gonna be bringing you guys along. I've already shot some videos around eating, around training, around cardio. We're gonna get into the real work. This is my home setup now. So get ready, guys. It's gonna start changing. And I'd like to know what you'd like to see. But the idea of fat loss comes down to creating a caloric deficit. And that's what we need to be focusing on through activity, through diet, through consistency, and not putting that body fat back on by having events or things that undo the work that we just did. So let me know your struggles, what you guys are struggling with, and let's make this year great. I feel like it's just about to get going. All right, guys, I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow.